to a close. Pistons lead by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half and looking very much like a team that is determined to turn this game into a laugher. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And Kenny, your take on New York?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Pistons lead by 14. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. I'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
Yeah.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's an interesting battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with you folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. You are watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
They showed a total lack of discipline in the first half, way too many turnovers. Coach was not happy, a lot of miscommunication going on. This game could easily get away from them if they do not tighten up.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
By 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Steps it up for Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. As we wrap up the quarter, and they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith, We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what did you see from them?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
In the quarter, they have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get right back to the action when we return. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Angeles on top. They're up by 6. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Then, in a tight battle through the second quarter, they actually extended their advantage a little, heading into the half up by 7. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Lead by 6. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
In a moment like that.
Yeah,
Those stick with you for the rest of your life.
absolutely.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
He's excited.
And so it's Miami, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. Right back after this break. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.
There, perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. The Hornets on top, up by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 17 points and 1 block. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back right after this. Folks, for Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. It was a shaky first quarter for Atlanta. They gave themselves a lot of work to do by letting the deficit get to as many as 9 points in the period. They got on a more positive track in the second quarter, coming together offensively and getting enough stops to come from behind and grab a 2-point lead at the half. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Hawks lead by 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long. Charge for the Denver Nuggets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's an interesting battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with you folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. You are watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
The quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
This allows you to kind of just reset.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. But tonight, folks, for our broadcast, for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time. On to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. It was all about the Lakers as the game got going. During one stretch, they were leading by as many as 11, really playing as a unit. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. The second quarter wasn't as kind to them, but they still fought through some mistakes to have a 6-point cushion at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
There's no excuse for letting a team drain that many threes on you. Come on, especially at such a high percentage. That means your perimeter defense is weak. They got to close out on the shooters with conviction, even if it creates some weakness inside.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
It's a take-charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well tonight?
Obviously, guys have to make shots, and when we're creating and moving our bodies and the ball's moving, we're not turning it over. You know, we're tough to guard, and everybody had confidence tonight to go out there and make plays. So that's contagious, and we got to find that to next game if we want to keep this going.
Obviously, the way you guys want to play, Steph. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.